Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. Today's episode from BTAS is The Forgotten. Um, so the villain for this episode, I genuinely don't even think he has a name. He's just a big fat evil guy. I mean, that's literally his shit. I mean, he's a big big boy, like bigger than like two penguins big. um, so anyway, it starts off with Bruce Wayne helping out a food service drive for like the homeless, and what is that called? It's like a homeless shelter. God, I couldn't even think of the word. Um, but I'm just like, that is the stuff that I love about Bruce in these interpretations, like him having a heart. Like I can't imagine any adaptation except maybe Adam West, like doing something kind for the homeless. Like I couldn't see Christian Bale's Batman volunteering at a homeless shelter, you know. Um, so that's why I really do love the Kevin Conroy interpretation of Bruce Wayne. But anyway, so he's volunteering there, and one like the leaders of the organization was telling him how he's worried because a lot of his regulars and all that have like kind of been going missing lately. And he'd contacted the police, but they're busy as all can be doing fucking jack all, I suppose. And he's like, well, they're homeless people, so they don't really care. Which I'm like, damn, fucking shot at the Gotham cops right there. So Bruce Wayne, he takes like a beater of a car and he goes undercover, and I want to say his like guys is like matches Malone or something like that. He like changed his hairstyle, has a little beard layout, he even changes his voice, and he like goes undercover and he's like in the underside of Gotham, just trying to like figure out where all these homeless people are going. So he he finds two guys eventually, and they get the better of him, because one of them knocked him out when he was like focused on a cat, because like the cat startled him, and when he wakes up, he completely forgets his identity, which I'm like, that's pretty clever. And honestly, at this point, with how many like shots to the head Bruce has taken, I think a little amnesia is overdue. To be honest, I mean, it's a miracle that man is still walking. So yeah, so he's in this like pretty much like a concentration camp. He's out in like the middle of a desert. I don't know where the fuck he was taken. I mean, it is a completely different environment than like the Gotham area. So he's fucking miles and miles and miles away from civilization. And he wakes up and he finds some other homeless people with him. And some people, like, there was one guy, he had like a wife and kids, and he was volunteering at the homeless shelter, and he just got snatched up at the wrong time. And I'm just like, okay, guys, you said the homeless are kind of like under the radar at Gotham City, but like this guy was just a straight up father, and he had a home and stuff. And I don't know if they were trying to make it like the Gotham City police are also racist, but that particular guy was a black man, so I'm just like, come on, Gotham City Police Department. That's a little shitty right there. You can't do that. But so Alfred, he wakes up the next morning and wakes up Master Bruce, and only to find he's not there. And he's like doing some cleaning around the house and whatnot. He's still a little worried, and he notices one of the cars are gone. Well, he ends up tracking that car down and finding it in a scrapyard. And then Alfred, being the absolute G he is, he notices some men. I guess he just gets a bad feeling, and he takes the tracker on that car and puts it on their car and follows them with the freaking Batwing. I'm like, Alfred, what a G. So back in Bruce's situation, he's still trying to figure out who he is. He has no clue whatsoever. The conditions there are almost as bad as the freaking second to last episode with the Sewer King. The Sewer King, how he treated the children, just god awful. This one, I don't know. I want to say it's better, but both are kind of crappy situations. So it's just this big fat guy. He's like, every scene you eat him, he has like food covered all over him, and he's actively eating food. And he's like calls them lazy, and if they misbehave. He puts them in a box to cook, and just a really shitty guy. Overall, really shitty. I think we never see this guy again, which is kind of smart. They didn't really have much to go with. The Sewer King, we could definitely see again. I would love to see more of him, but like this guy, this is a good one and done episode. And using also like pretty much a nameless villain, I think also works better because it's more so focused on Bruce's amnesia and like the working conditions of everything. Plus, I can't imagine like Joker or Penguin doing something like this because the guy's like mining for ore, like gold ore, and that's like the whole point of this. So one of Bruce's companions, he like speaks out, or he like nah at the boss, and the boss is like put him in the box. And one of the other guys, Riley, his name is the father. He like sticks up for him, and a fight breaks out. And him and Bruce are like going absolutely ham on these guys until they get dogpiled by like 10 plus men. And I'm just like, fucking go, Riley. Like, yeah, you have Bruce who has fucking Batman instincts in the back of his head, but like, you're just some guy. You're kicking ass. So, kudos to you, dude. So they both get put in a hot box, and Riley, he like finally breaks down and he starts crying and says how he's gonna miss his family. And then ding ding ding, that's the magic word to knock Bruce out of it. He hears the word family and he remembers his parents, he remembers them dying, he remembers them going to Batman. And so he uses his full strength to just bust out of that box. He kicks it in and he just runs. He runs and runs and runs, and he's getting chased by his the big fat guy, his men, and his dogs and whatnot. And they like box him into a canyon, but he is Bruce Wayne, so he somehow escapes. At that same time, Alfred finds him with the Batwing because the signal led him to that area, which is a bit, kind of. You have to like suspend your disbelief a little bit here, but he was tracking it to that area, and Alfred just wanted to land ASAP, so I can't really be too mad at that. So anyway, he Batman is reunited with Alfred, and then he changes back into the Bat costume, and then just lays down the hand of God to this organization. And it was really funny. He comes in and he's holding like his two thugs, and he like full force throws the thugs at the big fat guy. I'm like, God damn, Bruce! Like they had to have been 200 plus pounds each, and you just hurled them like they were nothing. Um, so Bruce, he like lures them down into the mine, and he's taking them out one by one. And then the jackass, he's got this bright idea. He's like, well, everybody, let's turn the lights off and let's see if this bat can see in the dark. So they turn the lights off, but they all put on their little mining headlamps, and I'm like, okay, you all have lights. He's a creature of the night, and you gave him the only opportunity. Like, anytime he sees a little light, he's like, oh, that's my target. So he takes him down even faster, because of course he would. He's fucking Batman. He kind of is like a creature of the night, a creature of darkness, but whatever. So the fat guy, he gets his comeuppance because he accidentally sets like the whole place on fire, and Batman ends up rescuing him, which, come to think of it, I didn't think of it just now. All those men are dead. Like, the whole fucking mine blew up, and Batman was there. He might have killed. Well, I guess the fat guy was the one that did it, but yeah, we don't really see any of the goons anymore. So, shit. I guess a lot more people did die in the show. But anyway, people are reunited. One of the father figure, he tells one of his friends, he's like, "Hey, we can have you up in my place until you land back up on your feet," which is a nice moment. And Bruce, he pulls up with Alfred, or Alfred, he like opens the door for Bruce, and they're like, "Holy shit, you're a millionaire?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think so." And he's like, "Hey, if you guys need jobs, just contact the Wayne Foundation. We might hook you up." And I'm just like, yes, that is it. That is the Bruce Wayne that I love. A genuinely good person. Like, I don't know what it is with like the majority of the newer live action adaptations, but Batman at his core is a good person. He's just not some hardened badass. Like, yes, he is, but he's still good and he does good things and he like works at soup kitchens and he goes undercover in order to rescue homeless people. Like, this to me is like peak Batman. Like, I love seeing stuff like this. So, for this storyline, I really, really like. So, rating wise, I think I want to give it genuinely like a 6 out of 7. I mean, it wasn't like the greatest in the world, but like the idea of him having amnesia and being like such a good person. Obviously, you have Alfred being a freaking G as usual. But yeah, just good episode. Even though the title is The Forgotten, I won't forget it. Burn.